Salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sabato's Pen Review. This is episode 36, and today I will be talking about this sapphire blue Mid-Atlantic Retreads branded promotional pen. So, we'll start things off with the branding. What is Mid-Atlantic Retreads? Well, I did a little research. I got this at auction at a pen show. Did a little research into the brand. We'll get into the manufacturing in just a moment. But this brand here, this advertisement, this promotional marking, it's also called a promo stamp in pen manufacturing. Mid-Atlantic Retreads appears to be a group of motorcycle enthusiasts who are all retired. You have to be retired to join, and they're in the Mid-Atlantic, so that's what that is. As for the manufacturer of this pen, there aren't a lot of maker's marks on it at all. But just looking at it, and from what I know, I would suspect that this is probably a 2009 Chengdu Hunter model. So we're probably talking about somewhere out of southeastern mainland China for this one. But we're going to have to delve in and take a look. If you're new to the channel, you may not know this, but when I disassemble my pens to review them and inspect them, it's my first time seeing it too, so you can hear my genuine reactions. Let's just do a quick overview of the pen's dimensions. So this is a 5.5 inch pen with about an 1/8 of an inch grip. It's about a 3.3 inch fuselage, a very typical, actually is a little atypical. Usually they're 1/4 inch. This is about a fourth of an inch long nose cone. We have our very typical, on the other hand, 1/2 inch clicker, thumb clicker. The crown is a little over 1/2 an inch, and the the pocket hook is about 1.8 inches, also very standard pocket hook length. Just going over some of the designs. This is a conical, slightly tapered clicker in plastic chrome with a flat top, standard 2-stage click, and the depressed stage, as is standard with cheaper pens, does rattle. It is not held in place when depressed. The pocket hook, they're trying to change the name. The pocket hook is a very, not flat, not the Schadenfreude S, but this is the Hans Gruber hook, C-shape hook. A little bit easier to grab out of the pocket, but not as easy as the Schadenfreude S. And it does have the reinforcing tooth inside for extra grip. Speaking of grip, we do have a pitted rubber grip with a standard pineapple design for this type of thing, and a chrome nose cap. Nozzle is also chrome, no gold design on this. So let's get into disassembly. Start as we always do by unscrewing the grip from the fuselage. It's kind of an interesting unscrewing method. It seems like these two sort of wavy pieces might have to separate. Oh, okay, this binder ring looks like it might be a separate piece. All right, grip is screwed out, fuselage is separate. We've got the core revealed. This binder ring seems to come off. Take a look at the fuselage in a moment. Let's remove the core. Take a look at this. It's a fairly thick core, Hub Pen USA. So I was wrong about the Chengdu Hunter design. This appears to be a Hub Pen, probably an XLR 34. But yeah, normal core. Doesn't look like this pen has been used very much. Still got plenty of ink. A little bit longer of a nozzle, maybe a 1/4 of an inch longer nozzle than we usually see. But that's nice for extra reinforcement. And it does have the standard pinching to stop the nose spring from falling out. Which, speaking of which, can we get the nose spring out? I see it in there. The nose spring is there. Might have to unscrew the nose cone first, which it does unscrew. They don't always on these cheaper pens. Nose screw appears to be internal, not attached to the nose cone. It is inside of the grip. Sometimes you can shake it out. Can I get that nose screw? There it is. Nice looking nose screw. Pretty high quality here. Doesn't go too far up the core. So let's collect some of our pieces here. There's the grip. It's a very nice, was I calling this a screw the whole time? This is a spring. I'm sorry, I've got screws on the brain after that last pen we looked at with the screws in it. That's a nose spring, of course, but you would know that already. Let me do some closer investigation on this grip. Is there any writing? No maker's marking, only this Hub USA written on the core. But let's look back here at the fuselage. It doesn't appear that the fuselage, there's another hub marking here on the crown. It doesn't appear that the fuselage can separate from the crown and the pocket hook at all. But I suspect that we'll be able to drop the motivator and the clicker. The motivator and the clicker do not come out. Interesting, it's all one piece. Maybe I can pull the motivator out with pliers, tweezers, excuse me. Okay, so this, normally there's a follower and or a motivator that presses on the core to engage the clicker spring at the end of the nose cone, but this all appears to be attached to the crown. Can I separate these at all? Maybe if I apply some slight force. No, interesting. So this is a quite nice and clean disassemble here for this pen. Not too many pieces lying around that you would have to clean, although it would be hard to get into this motivator to clean it if it was really having some trouble pushing your core after a while. Let's take a look at, this is an interesting binding ring. This is probably just for design purposes, but I'm not sure why these separate in the first place. I probably didn't need to do that. Again, this nose spring, oh God, thought I lost it. This nose spring is very nice shiny chrome. No deformation whatsoever. This is a great nose spring. I would happily swap out one in a pen that I really enjoy that has a weakening spring with this one. This would be a great donor pen to a nicer one. But as far as promotional pens go, I'll start the reassembly here soon. As far as promotional pens go, this is a pretty nice one. Sorry, I'm holding this off the screen. This is a pretty nice one, you know. That's a nice diameter on the walls of the grip and the fuselage tube. You know? Overall, it's got a nice sapphire finish and then onyx black on the rest of the plastic. We got vacuum metallized chrome for the silver pieces, and then sort of an ash gray on the rubber grip. Nice pineapple grip. That's a classic design there. Overall, this is a pretty nice pen. Let's get back to reassembly and then we can give our final review. So we're going to start, let's see. So normally we would drop the clicker and drop the motivator, but in this case, we're just gonna drop the core. Well, first I should screw on the nose cone, and then we'll drop the core, put on our little binding ring, and then we should just be good to go. So let's sheath, look at that beautiful spring. Let's sheath the spring over the core, insert the core into the nose and the grip. Let's put this binding ring onto the grip so that it will line up with the fuselage better. And then we can line it up and then get to screwing it in, I think is how you're supposed to do it. And I can hear that clicker getting engaged. The motivator is engaging on the inside on its own. The core is already engaged with it. That's beautiful. So what would I give this Mid-Atlantic Retreads promotional pen? What on a score? On a score from 1 to 12, I think I'm gonna give this one, on a scale from 1 to 12, I'm probably gonna give this one a 6. It was pretty good. Anyway, come back next time, guys, for another review. I've got some really interesting pens coming up. I've got one with a ribbon, a spring-loaded ribbon inside the fuselage that displays information. It pulls out a little bit of a cheap pen. I'm really interested in showing you guys that. And let me know if you've ever seen any pens like this in your collections. I'm supposed to get this video to 10 minutes, so I'm gonna... And let me know if you've ever seen any pens like this in your collection. Again, I found this at auction at a pen show. I am not legally necessarily permitted to disclose how much I paid for it, but let's just say it's worth its weight in gold. Anyway, guys, till next time, this is Sabato's Pen Review signing off. And hey, stay penning. This is Sabato's Pen Review signing off, and until next time, remember, keep writing.